All right, today I am going to be reviewing one of the most hyped fragrances, possibly ever. And it is from the House of Dua Fragrances. I'm sure you all already know what this is. MODA Elixir 2. Okay. This sold out within, I don't even know, a few hours of it being listed for on the site. They only had 475 bottles, I believe, sold out almost instantly. Just like the original MODA, this is a variant of Creative Ventus, their version of Creative Ventus, which, to be 100% honest with you, I think their version of Creative Ventus is not the best. I think Dua's versions of Aventus, the DNA, are not great. I would personally prefer most houses over them as far as Aventus goes. I prefer uh, King Fragrances. I prefer Essential Obsessions version. I prefer well, yeah, really Montang. Um, I will say Dua does have some good ones, so don't get me wrong. 13ZZ I think sucks from Dua. 11ZZ I don't think it's great either. Mod 1 sucks. It smells like Club Dua Intense Man. Um, that said, MODA's alright. The original MODA. It's pretty good. It's not the best. It's alright. Um, Mod 3 is okay. It's off putting in the opening to me. It smells sour and kind of gross. The dry down smells good. Mod 2 is I think one of their best. And then Gen X is definitely their best that I've had so far, that I've tried so far. Well, I've tried all of them. Gen X is the best, in my opinion, from Do It. Then MODA. Or no, then 2.0 probably, then MODA. Anyway, and when I say I'm 2.0, I'm talking about the Poseidon's Elixir 2.0, not Mod 2. There's a million different versions. Mod 2's, no. And anyway, getting back to that. This is Mod Elixir 2. Cool box, cool presentation. Okay. Great presentation. Bottle's a cool color. People bought it because of that. I got lucky and mine's is actually like really filled to the top. And Lou's been coming out with some that are like down to here. And they're like, saying their bottle's 110 mil and they overfill them. I don't know, but I'm glad mine's at the top. So the notes on this for you all, let me look it up real quick because I honestly don't know. I had a bunch of notes. Some that honestly were very interesting, right? So I wasn't going to buy this at first because I saw the note breakdown and I was like, it doesn't sound like it's going to work to me. And here you go. It says, inspired by Creative Ventus with added notes of saffron, dried fruits, tonka bean, tobacco, Isoi Super, and Ambroxan, which they dump Isoi Super and Ambroxan. I'm almost positive in every fragrance they have. That's what gives it that longevity. Ambroxan crystals. It's also the reason if you see people post on the Dua group and they say, what is this? Is this normal? And they're flipping their bottle upside down and you see that white crystals, that's Ambroxan. Okay, so the Dua Power is they're taking normal fragrance oil. I'm not knocking them, I'm just saying that's what they're doing. They're taking Ambroxan crystals, they're getting them to the point where they're liquefied, and then they are adding an Isoi Super and they're dumping that into the oil. They're then taking that oil, letting it sit, mixed together, and then adding perfumer's alcohol and letting it all sit there. And that is what we get with Dua. That is the Dua Power. That's why they're so oily. Anyway, again, not knocking it, but I think, pretty sure they're doing it with all their fragrances. I know Massam a long time ago had posted a post showing himself dumping the secret ingredients. It was in a clear like jug or vial. He was dumping it into the thing that they're mixing their fragrances in. That's what that was. That's what was being dumped in there. Anyway, so it's kind of interesting. It's got saffron, dried fruits, tonka bean, tobacco. All right, Ice Super and stuff. That's again, it's in all of them, so I'm not going to really talk about that. It's nothing different on their end. And so let's see. I'm going to do one spray on this for y'all. Good sprayers, great sprayers actually on these. Bottles are nice too. The label's kind of peeling, but oh no, it's not. Never mind. So it's super sweet. The opening's super sweet. People say they think it smells like Tuscan King from Alexandria, which is Tuscan leather mixed with Creed Aventus. I don't get that. I get so much vanilla. Like, it's so sweet in the opening. To me, it's sickly sweet. Yeah, it's sweet. If you like sweet, this is you. You don't get that pineapple really from the Aventus. You know, that so many people love. Because all you're smelling is this sweet, almost gourmand style. Now, there is some leather suede picking up in the background, but this does not smell like Tuscan King. Tuscan King is a very masculine fragrance where the Aventus is very, you can still smell the Aventus very well. This almost smells like it's not even supposed to be Aventus. It's super sweet. Sweet. I mean, that's, to me, it's all it is. It smells good. It smells like leather, sweet leather, basically, with some fruitiness, probably the dried fruits in the background. Not a bad fragrance. I wouldn't wear it because, again, it's cloying to me. It's making me sick smelling it repeatedly. I can only imagine if I actually had to wear it and walk around with it. So this was a big miss for me. This MODA 1 is better than this, in my opinion, because it actually resembles Aventus. This is almost like Dua, you know, came up with their own creation, original creation, or something like that. I mean, this does not smell like... As it dries down, I'm getting that pineapple a little bit. And some of that sweetness goes away. So it's definitely getting better. The opening it's rough. Unless you're into super sweet fragrances. But it's still sweet. But you can at least start to get some of the pineapple. It's getting better. I haven't had a chance to actually wear it. To be honest with you, I've had a chance to wear it. I just haven't worn it because the opening bothered me so much the first time I sprayed it. But now I might have to with it starting to develop. But I can say I can't see myself loving this. That sweetness is going to kill it for me. And something that, unfortunately, for me, ruins a lot of duos. Because while the dry down's getting better, I don't even think I love the dry down on this, but it's starting to resemble Aventus more because you're getting some of that pineapple through. It's actually it's definitely resembling it more. The opening kills it for me. The same as 13ZZ. People are like, oh, wait 30 minutes and it dries down, it smells really good. I don't want to wait 30 minutes, okay? The opening matters to me. It's and the same people that are saying this, the same people that'll shit on Club de Nuit Intense Man. They're like, oh, wait, you know, you got to wait 30 minutes for the pledge opening to go away or whatever, which isn't even present in the EDP. It's only really the EDT. But anyway, the irony is the same thing in here. 13ZZ, to me, their version of 13ZZ, smells like a rabbit's cage, a hamster cage. Cedar and piss. And now when it dries down, it gets decent. But you got to wait 30 minutes. I'm not waiting 30 minutes to be able to wear my fragrance or walking around smelling like a dirty hamster cage until, for 30 minutes. Just me. I've heard the same thing with their version of his Extreme Sport, Chanel, Allure Homme Extreme Sport. They're like, just got to wait, and then the dry down gets good. Well, the best part about that fragrance to a lot of people is the opening, right? So without that, the dry down's good, but one, I don't want to wait 30 minutes, and two, to me, it's getting rid of the best part of the fragrance, what I enjoy the most. So this is a side rant, but I'm just saying, with them pumping their, fragrances filled with ICOE Super and fixatives, it's making them more oily. It's making them kind of jump off the skin slower. I guess in a sense, evaporate slower, develop slower, slows down the whole process, and it changes the scent profile of the fragrance to some degree. This is getting better. The leather's coming out more. You can smell the pineapple. So now it's starting to smell more like Aventus. A very sweet Aventus, where the leather note has been amped up. It's good. Is it worth the money? No. Was it worth the hype? Absolutely not. Would I pick this over King of Kings? No. Would I pick this over Monarch? No. But it's getting better. Maybe I will give it a wear. The more I smell it, the more I'm being okay with it. But the initial opening to me is like, man, sounds like you ran into like a taffy factory or something, and just not in a good way though. It's getting better though. I will say that. I don't know. I'll try it. It's my initial impressions. Initial impressions are it's not as good as MODA 1, which itself wasn't that great. And there are better Aventus clones out there. It is a good standalone fragrance in its own. I think a lot of people would like this. As it dries down, it's getting better. It is getting better. So my initial take on the very beginning was probably too harsh. But it's certainly it doesn't warrant the hype. But it does smell good. It smells like a sweeter, more fruity, almost takes a Citra Boisé, where it's kind of, I think, resembles Fruity Pebbles to a degree. Almost is kind of taking that, a bit more sweet, and then with more leather. Okay, but you do still have that Aventus backbone in the dry down. So that's my opinion, my view. It's good, but it's not mind blowing.